Thanks for tuning in to this installment of the Eddie Spivey Show. Hi and welcome. I am your host, Eddie Spivey. In this installment of the Eddie Spivey Show, I will be discussing the topic of no common sense. Trust me, there are too many highly educated individuals whom are adrift and they just simply have very little or absolutely zero common sense whatsoever. You think the most highly educated and the most smart individuals have an abundance of common sense, but trust me, like I told you, pay attention. There are too many highly educated individuals that do not have common sense. So, that being said, moving right along, there is a very high population, as in global overload. Too many highly educated bonehead fucks. Your common educated cocksucker. Pay attention. Follow me here. Whom are they have every degree, every type of degree, mind you, and they have graduated from every type of Ivy League university all over the world, yet know nothing about common sense. Follow me. Not all, follow me here, not all smart academia types are without common sense. This observation, or analogy, if you will, does not apply to all higher educated individuals or intellectuals and the like. I know for a fact you do not have to possess a college degree to be declared educated, to be declared a smart person, or an intellectual, or some type of genius. Maybe you learned how to invent stuff, make gadgets and the like. Also of equal importance, now pay attention, you do not have to be a high school dropout to be declared dumb or uneducated or stupid or a fool and the like. So follow me here. Pay attention. And like I said, follow me. My exact meaning. Follow my exact meaning. Because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't want to be misunderstood. We must be living in a society of boneheadedness. Whenever the world permits, scores upon scores of so-called right-minded, well-intended individuals to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to purchase their degree, their fancy degree, to buy their masters, their MDs and their PhDs and everything in between. They're spending thousands upon thousands of dollars. And where's the common sense package? Does they get a common sense package with that $100,000, $250,000, $250,000 degree should include the common sense package? Basically, people are making huge financial investments in their lives, furthering their education, mind you, by way of obtaining and purchasing themselves, like I told you, a quality education. Yet, the overly expensive, the very Ivy League universities that sold them their high-priced degrees failed to include common sense in their core curriculum. Follow me here. Thus, teaching college graduates, advanced degree candidates, how to be boneheaded cocksuckers. Let that marinate. Who knows nothing about common sense? Boneheaded cocksuckers with these advanced degrees but know nothing about common sense. They have a hard time relating with the average individual. People without common sense can be goddamn fucking jerks of the highest fucking goddamn dimension. Unfortunately, some people are so smart. Pay attention. So damn educated that they're dumb, cocksucking fuckheads of the highest dimension, like I just told you. They just don't know the differences between their assholes and their appetites. Pay attention. You can actually be a genius of sorts, while at the same time a high-ranking goddamn buffoon. It's baffling, quite befuddling whenever an academia type would boneheadedly spit, piss, and shit all over common sense. You just spit, shit, step on common sense as though it's nothing but a worn out goddamn piece of rug. Common sense should be required and included in the core curriculum at every university all over the world should offer the common sense package. Not everybody has the instinct for common sense, I get it. Not everybody's born that way. They just don't have that common sense gene. Not everybody is born with the common sense gene. Pay attention and follow me. Some cocksuckers were just born that way. The importance of common sense. Now, the very cocksuckers that were born without the common sense gene, they were born with the stupid gene, the motherfucker gene or something. They just don't have that common sense gene, so they have to be taught common sense. Think about it. Let that marinate. Follow me. If you were not born with common sense, and you're spending $250,000 of your mother's money, $250,000 of your hard-earned money, mind you. Some people are working full-time jobs and going to college at the same time. And for the money that is required for you to spend to acquire your education, God damn it, you better fucking make sure those motherfuckers include the fucking common sense package. The importance of common sense. They have to be taught the importance of common sense because it does not make sense having more book smarts than the whole goddamn Library of Congress. And you have no common sense. Common sense will keep your smart ass alive. Let that marinate. Pay attention. Not much different than street smarts is common sense. Now, you don't have to be a street person. So some people have it in their mind, well, I'm not from the streets, so how can I have street smarts? Pay attention to your surroundings. Leave the block sometimes. Move around the city. Learn how to navigate in the street. Develop your street smarts just like you need to develop your common sense. Follow me here. Use common sense everywhere you go. It's just that simple. It's like you get thirsty, you have a drink of water. So use common sense everywhere you go. It's that simple. Don't get your smart asses kicked due to a lack of common sense. People are getting killed all because they did not use common sense. Have a fancy ass degree with no common sense at all. Now, you'd be surprised that Some people are literally as smart as your average Einstein. But when it comes to common sense, they just do not have the right stuff. Have every goddamn fancy degree. You have your master's degree, a PhD, a DDS, and a SSD, and a FCAS, and a MSW. You got your LPH and your LPNs and your RNs. You got every type of goddamn certificate that you can get. But you're some of the most dumb cocksuckers on the planet. You need to learn how to mix with regular folks. Go to the club sometimes. Go to the lounge. Go to the mall with regular people. Learn how to relate and learn to socially navigate. Because I'm not impressed with your master's. I'm not impressed with your PhD. I'm not impressed with your MD. All those D's in between. I'm not impressed as long as you do not possess common sense. And while you're at it, gather as much street smarts as possible. It does not make sense whatsoever to be the smartest motherfucker outside. You got more goddamn street smarts, some of you, but you're low when it comes to common sense. So you can't have street smarts while possessing book smarts, but you don't have common sense. Of course, I don't think it makes sense to be a motherfucker with common sense and street smarts and don't have any book smarts. So you have to have book smarts, you have to have common sense, and you have to have street smarts. Of course, some of you motherfuckers already have street credibility. We know that some of you motherfuckers got your master's degrees in the penitentiary. So you already have your street smarts. And for all intents and purposes, if you're earning your master's degree or your doctorate in the penitentiary, well, you already have all the street smarts and common sense going for you. Now you have more goddamn book smarts in the Library of Congress, and you can learn that while locked up. So I would like to thank you for tuning in to the Eddie Spivey Show on YouTube. Do shout out, do leave a comment. Tell me what it is that you think you might want to hear from this humble messenger. Thank you again for joining me in tuning in to this episode of the Eddie Spivey Show. I am your host. Thank you, and we will see you soon in the next installment of the Eddie Spivey Show on YouTube. And do subscribe, or should I say, do subscribe as expeditiously as possible to my channel on YouTube. Thank you, and I will holler. Eddie Spivey, and I am out until I holler at you soon.